Hi, Aaron. Sorry I'm reaching out to you through here instead of the website. I tried on the website, but for some reason, capture security thing was giving me grief, blah, blah, blah. Before I get started, I just wanted to formally thank you for the insight your videos have provided me over the last year. As they have corrected me as a person, I am now heading on the right path in life. Instead of majoring in business, I am planning to do accounting. I've been practicing minimalism and consistently budgeting and tracking for 4 months now. I've been investing all my extra money in the stock market and index funds. Well, why don't you just save that for tuition for now? Main thing is to increase the value that you could charge for each one of your hours of labor. That's probably the number one investment you can make. I mean, I'm not against you investing in the market. It's just, how little money do you have left? Anyways, my question for you is one that I believe will not just be beneficial for myself, but may also be of help to my peers. I hear you talking about the millennial and Gen Z men are pussified and limp-wristed. I also have heard you repeated about how no one today has gone through the trials and tribulations and how most people are weak because of it. I believe I fall into this category along with many other people my age, 18. Want to know if you had a set of guidelines of things that men my age could actually do to become men and not be a fucking bitch. Join the military. If I hadn't mentioned that before. I know for me, going to the gym and meal prepping every week would be a great example. Meal prepping is not what makes you masculine. Going to the gym does, but meal prep, no. That's not that. No. Get that bleep ass shit out of here. Do it. It's going to help you, but that is not, you don't get your meal prepping badge at the Boy Scouts. But I'm curious as to what things you would have on your list as a general guide for men. I would like to be able to chase excellence for myself so I could be the best version of myself in this one life I have. Hope this wasn't too long. Appreciate it. Okay, here's what Cappy's rites of passage. All right. Move out of the fucking house. Okay? And here's the hard, this is the hard part, boys. You pay your own goddamn rent. Now, I understand rent is very high and tuition is very high. I got that. And so it is pretty much financially impossible for you to fully support yourself. If this was 20 years ago, my generation, I said you support yourself. 18, you move out of the house. You never ask your parents for any money. Now, and this was very common back in my day where I'd be dating girls. I'm an independent girl. How did you afford that car? Oh, my dad got me the car. But I pay my own tuition. How'd you afford this place? Oh, my parents pay for my place. That's a new phone. I've never, what, those new Celio phones? You got one? Yeah, my parents helped me with the phone plan. No. The definition of a man is you're independent. You don't need anybody else. You rely upon yourself. So that'd be the biggest hurdle. The biggest number one rite of passage is you don't need your parents anymore. You don't need the government anymore. You don't need a bailout anymore. You're not some banker bitch who needs, like, I'm talking about the men who need the taxpayers to bail them out. You're not some regular bitch, millennials, Gen Zers, both male and female, who want the taxpayers to bail out your student loans. You are a self-supporting individual, and that's the biggest rite of passage, especially in today's world. Now, I do understand that with tuition and rent being very expensive, I just move out and pay your own rent. Parents help you with a little bit of tuition, fine. Mom gives you $50 for you to buy groceries, okay. Then moms are going to do that. But Jesus effing Christ, for the lower standards, adjusting for tuition and rent inflation, will you worthless Quantahas please move the fuck out of your parents' place and pay your own goddamn rent? Not half, but a good percentage. Cappy, I'm 24. I was 24. I own my first place. My parents want me to do X, Y, and Z, but I don't want to do X, Y, and Z. I'm like, why are you 24? Who cares? Tell your parents no. Well, I'm like, oh, this is where the butt comes in. Is this the butt? Is this where you tell me that you kind of rely on your parents? Well, I guess you're their bitch, huh? Well, that's hard. Oh, I didn't know we're talking to a girl from YZ anytime and we're not and other places that end with A. So that'd be the number one thing. And you know what? Today's world, that's going to be a full-time job. You're not going to have much left for it. I didn't have much left for it. Could never get to the gym. Didn't have time for the gym. Of course, I was going to school full time too. So that's one thing. 2, you have to hit the gym. Absolutely. Good you're doing that. It's good you're doing that. Even I fail, though a lot of it has to do with our beloved governor closing gyms. But I'm going to the gym later on today. You have to go through it, even if you hate it. Even if you hate it. I would also say some MMA, some kind of mixed martial arts. Now, you don't have to stick with it all the time, but just do it for like a solid 6 months. Learn to fight, learn to roll around with guys, learn to throw punches. If you haven't fought before, I would definitely throw it in there. But that's, there's only so many hours in a day. And I think hitting the gym is a little bit more important. Now, a lot of guys use that as the gym. Because you go roll around on a mat jiu-jitsu for 2 hours, you will have a workout. I don't know if you could do that, though, now with the great and merciful Corona Chan. And then what else? I would say climb a mountain. It doesn't have to be Mount Everest. But you got to climb a 10,000-foot mountain. I think that'd be, let's just randomly say 10,000-foot mountain. It's not too high. There'll be a little bit of altitude sickness. We should be able to do that. A man should be able to run at least 6 miles nonstop once in his life. I think that'd be something. I'm just trying to think whatever else. But you got your own place. You never, ever demand other people owe you something. Like you just, I hate to bring politics in, but you just can't be a Democrat or a liberal or socialist. You just can't be a bitch like Andrew Yang, or you have rich parents pay for everything. Like, I didn't want more for you people. I mean, it's just the biggest, to be a parasite, to demand other people pay for your shit is just the biggest, most millennial Gen Z bitch move ever. By the way, I don't know if you noticed it, but it hasn't really worked out voting for socialism all those years that the millennials did. I mean, you do those things, you're gonna be a man. You're gonna be pretty masculine, especially by millennial and Gen Z standards. Get your ass shot down. I think you boys could get your ass shot down a little bit more. This online internet swiping, no, you go ask a girl out. I don't care how much liquid courage you got. You guys go get used. You get used to getting rejected. You're no longer afraid of a girl telling you no. That's another trial or tribulation of rite of passage. You get your ass shot down enough to the point that you laugh at it. It's a joke. Then some mechanical ability would be good. You could do brake pads, change your oil. You can at least diagnose your car. You know how cars work. You understand the idea of a combustion engine. So yeah, it explodes here in the cylinder, drives the piston, the shaft. You can move. Never really understood transmissions that well, though. Yeah, that's about it, man. I mean, shit. If every man in America could do that, well, most of our problems would go away. Girls would still be like, they'd still be talking about oppression or whatever Oprah told them to flab their gams about. But that's what I would do. That's what I would have as a rite of passage. And it's all look, no fathers are going to force this on you boys. None of them. They're not. Because your dads are frankly boomer and Gen X pussies themselves. They're every once in a while you get a dad like, son, you're going to try out for wrestling. You're going to try out for fun. That'd be another thing. I think sports. I wish I did more school sports. I would have more teamwork there. That would have been good for me. I just played in the neighborhood. I think that'd be all right. But for the most part, unfortunately, a lot of those football dads is just, I play football. You go play football. But then wifey poo wants a new SUV. Yes, dear. Yeah, I think it's for most men out there, young men, you cannot rely on your dads. You're going to have to become an autodidactic. You're going to have to forge yourself. You're going to have to force yourself through your own rite of passage. In the olden times, the village folk would grab the young and up and coming man on his 16th birthday, say, all right, now Fetch the eagle feather from the eagle's nest up on top of that tree, on top of that mountain. And then he would. But they were forcing him. Now you got to force yourself to go climb that damn mountain, to go grab that damn feather, to not get pecked at by the eagle. Yeah. Maxi Mike, $5. What, you mean voting Biden Harris is going to fix the economy? There's nothing better than watching all these gals. I mean, they really, where have all the good men gone? And like, I'm not even, I just can't even. Didn't you vote them all away? Didn't you expressly tell everyone you want a bunch of soy boy pussies? Well, okay, they're not here. There's not enough. I thought printing money was going to fix everything, especially the high cost of everything. Yes, just like it did in the Weimar Republic in 1993, 94 Yugoslavia. Everything's going to be all right. All right, we'll see you guys later. Toodles.